Hi dear students, welcome back to computer science class. We were learning DML commands and truncate in our previous session. DML commands such as UID, update, insert and delete, and truncate. We know DML commands are used to manipulate the data, and after creating a database we'll create a table and you can start inserting data and performing operations like updation and deletion. And truncate is used to delete the data and the entire data plus freeing up the space. And today we have some other very important topics in SQL for discussion, and we have first one alter table command, then we look at drop table as well as query processing using select. So just we can start with alter table command. We know alter table command is one of the commands in DDL, data definition language, along with create and drop. We know card are the DML or DDL commands, create, alter and drop, and alter is the second command. Okay, so alter table command is used to modify the structure, or all the DDL commands are associated with the structure or definition of a table. So alter table command is also used to modify or to deal with the structure or definition of a table. Okay, so alter table command is used to modify the structure or definition of a table by modifying its columns definition. Okay, by modifying its column definition, and we can use alter table command to perform four basic operations. We can add a new column to an existing table, we can drop a column from an existing table, we can rename a column, as well as we can modify the data type. Okay, yes, so these are the operations to be discussed, and let's look at the topics. Okay, the points. It's used to modify the definition or structure of a table by modifying the columns definition, and it can be used to add a new column to an existing table. It can be used to remove or physically delete a column, and it can be used to rename an existing column, and finally to change the data type or modified size. And in addition to this, we are looking at adding a column to an existing table, adding a column with a default value, modifying an existing column's definition, then renaming a column as well as removing a column. Okay, yes, so let's look at the first operation with alter table command. It's used to add a column to an existing table. Okay, so here is the syntax. Actually it is used to add a new column. Suppose in the previous table student we have roll number, name, then marks, gender and date of birth as the columns. Okay, then we are going to add one more column. Now we have at present we have 5 columns in the table student, and we are going to add one more column to the table student. So after adding there will be 6 tables, means 6 columns. Okay, 6 columns in the table student. Yes, so after having a new column to an existing table, what will be the value? Okay, we know there will be a number of tuples, okay, present in student. So what will be the value of the newly added column to all the tuples? It will be, of course, null. We will not have any value, right? We are not providing any value. So every row contains null value for that particular column, the newly added column. Hope you get it. Yes, so added with null values, and here is the syntax. Alter table, table name, add column name, data type. DT stands for data type. Okay, data type, size can also be provided. So alter table, actually we know all the DDL commands we have. In all the DDL commands we have the word table, right? Yes, create table, alter table, drop table, truncate table. Yes, so alter table, table name followed by table name of the table. Then we have the clause add, because we are going to add, so the clause is add. Column name, okay, the name of the column, the newly added column, and its data type must also be given, right? Then size, okay, it supports size as well. Yes, example, alter table student. We are altering the table student. It's very simple. We are altering the table student just by add mobile number. We are adding mobile number integer. Okay, alter table student, add, then in parenthesis mobile number integer. Okay, mobile number integer. Here what is add is a clause, mobile number is a newly added column, right? Mobile number is a newly added column, then integer is the data type, plus it supports size as well. You can provide size. Okay, yes, so mobile number integer. So mobile number will be added as the last column, just after the last column, what? Date of birth, right? In our current table we have date of birth as the last column, so mobile number will be added after what? Date of birth. Hope you get it. Then it holds values of what type? Integer type. At present there will not be any value. What? It holds null value. Okay, yes, no value will be present there in that column for all the rows, null value. And then how can you provide value? Anyway we need value, right? Value in mobile number. So using update we can modify the value null to some other value. We get it using update command DML command update, which can be used to give values to what, all the rows, okay, to that particular column mobile number. We get it? Yes. So this way we can add a new column to an existing table. Okay. Yes. Now let's look at the second, adding a column with default value. Now we have seen we haven't given any value, we haven't provided any value, right? It contains null value for all the rows. In mobile number, for all the rows it contains null values, but we can have a default value. We can have a default value, just like giving, suppose we are adding a new column name, school name. Okay, school name. The school name will be common to every student. Suppose there are 100 students, 100 rows, and when we add a new column name, school name, okay, so we can give a default name, right? Our school name can be provided, Merigiri can be provided, so it will be set to all the 100 students. That's it. So a default value can also be provided, okay, otherwise it holds null value. Or you can using update command, you can set what the value for each row. Okay, yes. Plus we have an option to provide null value. Yes. Alter syntax, alter table name, add column name 1, data type default data. Very simple. Just after the data type we can have the default data. Okay. Yes. Alter table student, add city care 6 default Delhi. What is it? Alter table student, we are altering the table student. How? Just by adding city. That's a new column, the new column to be added, right? And the data type of city is care, and the size of city is 6. City of care 6, up to it, it's okay for you, right? Yes. Then default date. What is default? Default is a keyword. Default is a keyword used to give default value. And here the default value is Delhi. That means we are adding a new column named city, which can store character type of size 6. Okay, character type of 6, which contain default value. Suppose there are 100 students, okay, and after adding a new column city which contain character of size 6, we are providing a default value, that is Delhi, meaning the city of all students, 100 students, will be assigned to what? Will be set to Delhi. Okay, hope you get it. In the first case we have seen we are not providing any value, so it will be set to null value, and the second is we have given Delhi as the default value to the newly added column city. That's it. Okay, yes. Now let's look at our third one, modifying an existing columns definition or modifying an existing column. Okay, how can you modify? Actually we are using the clause modify. Here in the previous two cases we have seen add, we are just using add, and in the second one we have used another one, that is what? Default. And the third one is modify, because we are modifying. Okay, modify clause, it can be used to change the data type. Using modify we can modify the data type, size of the data type, or this, okay, and or constraint related to any column. We can either modify the data type or the size or the constraint. You know what constraints is? Constraints are the means by which we can prevent invalid data entry. Primary key is a constraint, unique is a constraint, non-null is a constraint. Okay, this is some of the constraints. Foreign key, of course. Yeah. So using modify clause we can change the data type of data, size, okay, and constraint related to any column. Okay, any column. We are dealing with column. Yes. Here is syntax, alter table name, modify column name 1, data type 1. Modify column name 1, data type 1. We have an example here, alter table student, modify name varchar 25. We know we have an existing column name, right? First, at the time of creating the table student, we have defined the name with varchar 20. Okay, the size of name was 20. Do you remember it? Yes. So we have with this command we are modifying the size of size of name from 20 to 25. Hope we get it. We are modifying the size. Here we are modifying the size from 20 to 25 of name. That is a column which is already exist. Okay, there in student. So alter table student, modify name. It's an existing column. Varchar 25. Here 25 is a new size. Okay, at present we have the size is 20. We know name is an existing column with the size 20, and with this command we are modifying the size of name from 20 to 25. That's it. Okay, very simple logic concept. Okay, so this way we can modify the columns definition. We are not looking at that changing data type and constraints. Okay, we can discuss it later. Okay, yes, actually it's not a part of a syllabus. Yes. Then renaming a column. we can rename a column, right? Yes. Syntax is alter table, table name, change column, old column, new column, column definition. Change is a clause, okay? Change column, and we are giving column, okay? Old column, new column, then columns definition. Yes. We have an example, alter table student. Actually, all these comments are starting with the alter table student, right? Yes. Then change city, state, varchar 10. What is it? City. We have already added city, right? We have already added city. Yes, here it is, city. And we are going to modify the name city to state. Do you get it? We are going to modify, we are going to rename an existing column city to state. Here city is the existing column and state is the new column. You can see it. Old column is city, new column is state. Okay, then varchar 10. It's a size. Okay, you know that. Yes. So this way you can rename a column using the clause change, and we have modified it using modify. Yes. Okay. So this way we can rename a column. Then removing a column, we can remove a column as well, right? Yes. So here is syntax, alter table, table name, drop column name. That's it. Drop column name, like alter table student, drop state. Drop state, we don't give any data type or anything else, okay, related to the column. We just give what? Alter table student. It is common to all the commands, okay. Then drop simply the column name, drop state in parentheses, okay. Drop state, drop state, drop state. That's it, okay. So these are the different ways to apply alter table command. Alter table command is a command used to modify the structure or definition of a table just by modifying the column's definition, okay, structure of the column, and we can perform 4 basic operations, okay. One is we can create a new column, we can add a new column to an existing table, we can drop an column, an existing column from a table, then we can rename it, we can modify the data type, size and constraints, okay. Then first we have seen adding a new column. Example, alter table student, add mobile number integer. Mobile number is a new column name, integer is the data type, okay. Yes. So at the time there will not be any value assigned to, it contain null value for all the tuples or the tuples, okay. Yes. So if you want to provide values, you have to use update command, okay, update, DML command update. Then second one is giving default value. At the time we are using keyword default, okay, and the command is alter table student, add city char 6, then default Delhi. That means the value for city will not be null anymore, okay, which will be set to Delhi for all the tuples. Yes, just like giving our school name. Yes, which will be common to all the students. Yes. Then modifying an existing column definition, the modify clause is used. We can modify the data type, size as well as the constraints, okay. Here we have modified the size. Name is an existing column, and at present it's of having size 20. We are modifying it to 25. Yes, alter table student, modify name varchar 25. Yes. Then okay, fourth one is renaming a column, old one, new one, columns definition, okay. Change, that's a clause. Alter table student, change city, state, varchar 10. City is the old one, state is a new name given to city and varchar, okay. And what city's new name will be state. State will be the name, okay, referred to in the future, okay. City will will not be anymore there. Yeah. Then removing a column, just like giving the column name, alter table student, drop what? City or state, okay, drop in parenthesis state, okay. This is how we can apply alter table command, okay. Now we are going to look at drop table. Now let's look at our third DDL command, that is drop table command. We have already completed create table command and alter table command. Now it's time to look at drop table command. We know drop table command is used to drop what? The entire structure from the database, right? Entire table structure from the database, or we can say it is used to remove tables definition or table structure permanently from the database, right? Yes. So it used to physically remove a table which is not in use. It's used to remove a table that is physically not in use, right? Then drop table command is used, and it's used to remove data permanently. And here the condition is we cannot drop a table if it contains values. But so what to do first? We have to delete the data first, right? Only after that we can apply drop table command. Yes. So we cannot drop a table if it contains records. Always keep in mind, we cannot drop a table if it contains what? Values, and all the rows to be deleted first. All the values which are located in the rows should be deleted first. Only after that which can be what? We can apply drop table command to drop a table. Okay, yes, it completely destroys the table structure, or we can say it completely destroys table's definition from the database. Okay, and here is the syntax of applying drop table command. Drop table, table name. Example, drop table student. Drop table, actually we have seen while using all the DDL commands, create, alter and drop, we have the keyword table used along with all these commands, right? So here also we have, you can see the table, drop table, table name. It's simply very simple command, drop table student, which permanently remove student table from the database. Okay, which permanently remove student table from the database. You cannot see the reference of student table anymore, meaning the structure or the definition will be removed from the database. Okay, no reference exists anymore, right? Yes. So let's have a quick vision. Okay, drop table, it's used to permanently remove the table from the database, and physically remove a table which is not in use. Drop table command is used to permanently remove, permanent removal of table's definition. Then we cannot drop a table if it contains data, so we have to delete the data first, delete the rows first. Okay, and then it completely destroys table's definition or table's structure. Drop table, table name, that's a syntax, and drop table student example. Okay, it removes or permanently removes student table from the database, no reference exists anymore. Okay, so this is all about alter table command and drop table command, as these are the commonly used SQL commands, or we can say DDL commands. You must have a thorough practice on these commands. Okay, yes, so just go learn it. Okay, the theory as well as then you just go for the practicals. Okay, the practical as well as theory is a must, very must. Okay, so don't go for the practical stuff directly. First you learn it. Okay, learn all the concepts one by one, then you can go for practicing it. Okay, then in the next class we can have select command, query processing in detail. One of the most commonly used DML commands, that's what select is. Okay, so this is all for the time being. Thank you for watching. Have a nice time. Take care.